Hello everyone, welcome to Inconvenient Truths. I'm your host, Jennifer Zeng. Another Wuhan emerged in China nearly 2 years after the shocking news of Wuhan's lockdown. When will this thing go away, or whether will this thing go away at all? Many people may have asked. Today, I'd like to give you an overview of what is happening in Xi'an, another Wuhan that is under total lockdown. I will show you quite a few videos from Xi'an showing situations there as late as today. So please make sure you stick around till the end and watch those videos. Before we move on to our topic today, I have a big announcement to make. I just opened a new channel on YouTube to see if I can bypass the suppression. Since January this year, many strange things keep happening to this channel of mine. The views suddenly dropped by as much as 90% in January. People didn't get notifications, though they turned on the button, etc. So I seriously don't doubt this channel has been put onto some sort of blacklist. So please do subscribe to my new channel. I have put the link to the new channel in the description box. If the new channel performs better, I may move to the new channel later. So please subscribe so that you won't miss my updates. Now, let's move to our topic today. You might have already heard the news that Xi'an city in Shaanxi province in China, a city with a population of 13 million, has been locked down since December 23rd. 13 million, that is 2 million more than Wuhan. What is interesting is the date of the lockdown of Xi'an was exactly after 23 months or nearly 2 years from the lockdown of Wuhan. The CCP has been boasting its success in pandemic control, but the fact that they had to completely lock down such a big city itself is proof that the CCP's so-called achievement is a complete failure. Let's watch a combination of several short clips first to get some visual ideas of the situation.
保障好各项后勤工作，市委市政府和全市人民期待大家胜利凯旋。现在我宣布，咸阳市支援西安市医护疾控工作队出发。保障好各项后勤工作，市委市政府和全市人民期待大家胜利凯旋。现在我宣布，咸阳市支援西安市医护疾控工作队出发。
看，你看东八里西八里东门，我天，现在都喊着呢，这喊死人，你吵啥急啊？
彻底沦陷了，彻底沦陷了。看见没有？我们草场坡彻底出不去了。几万人做核酸，
哎呀妈呀！哎呀哎呀！哎呀哎呀！哎呀！我贼他妈的！
Well, you may want to ask, how bad exactly the situation? According to the CCP's official figures, from December 9th up to yesterday, that's December 26th, there are altogether 651 local cases in Shaanxi province, and out of the 651 cases, 635 are in Xi'an city. They didn't say which variant caused this round of outbreaks. So from today, that's December 27th on, the lockdown has become more severe. All residents must stay in their homes. Nobody can go out unless they are going out for the testing or work, and they need to show proof for the reason to leave. The police department in Xi'an also announced the latest strict control policy today with many references to administrative detention and criminal liability. People who violate the disease control policy can be detained for up to 10 days and fined 500 yuan. Those who hide their true situations, obstruct the investigation, or cause more risks will be held criminally responsible. Maybe people in the West would never understand why the CCP's reaction is so hysterical when there are only several hundred cases. In the West, we sometimes hear about tens of thousands of new cases in one day, but nobody panics like that. Then how chaotic is the situation? According to China News Weekly, a local netizen posted on Weibo that on December 21st, that was before the total lockdown, he had queued for 5 hours in the cold wind for a test until dark, only to be told with hundreds of other people that the test could not be completed due to the crash of the system. The samples obtained at another still all became useless because of the crash, and new samples had to be collected again. What's more devastating is that Xi'an's health code system, which is called the One Code Pass, wasn't working properly either. So people could not scan their code to get on the buses or subways and had to line up to manually register their identity one by one. Some people choose to walk to their workplaces only to find that they could not enter the office buildings because the One Code Pass system was not working. So they had to walk back home and then again, only to find that they couldn't enter their residential area either, as the One Code Pass system there also didn't work. After that, the city authorities urgently said that to ease the pressure on the system, people could be exempted from showing or scanning their code unless it was absolutely necessary. The director of Xi'an Big Data Bureau responded to the failure of the One Code Pass by saying that the number of visits per second reached more than 10 times the previous peak, causing network congestion. What do you think when you hear that there is a Big Data Bureau in Xi'an City? I felt terrified. Big Brother is now using big data to monitor and control people. The testing system was also a nightmare. A teacher called Yang Meng said that she received a notice for testing and immediately rushed to the site and found the line was as long as 500 meters. Another resident, Wang Bingxin, said she was awoken by the knocks on the door at 3 a.m. in the morning. She and her family were required to get downstairs immediately to do testing. Many people experienced the same thing. Community staff had to work overnight too. A passenger stranded at Xi'an North Station also shared on social media his experience of being completely confused by the policy. He said, I queued for 1 hour for the testing, waited for 12 hours for the result. Then I bought a train ticket and then spent 1 hour going to the high-speed railway station. I queued for another half hour there, but was told that I need a letter from the community office to prove that I have a legitimate reason to leave the city. So I canceled the ticket, took the bus for an hour to go to the community office and queued for half an hour there. And then people at the office said that I'm from a low-risk area. I did not need a letter. I just need a test result taken within 24 hours. Then I spent another hour returning to the high-speed railway station, but the staff there insisted that I must have a letter. So I returned to the community office, but my test result was no longer valid then. I had to go to do the testing again. After 12 hours, I got a new result. Then I went to the community office to get a letter. I wrote a guarantee letter first, then got it stamped. Then I went to the street office to get a certificate, but the staff told me that the leaders were considering my application and asked me to wait. And while waiting, I found my test result became invalid again. Well, that's not a fiction story. It is a real story from Xi'an before the lockdown, when people still could move around with a testing result and some kind of letter from the authorities. And for the 135,000 students who need to sit for the entrance examination for graduate schools in Xi'an City, the challenges were huge too. Students who don't live in Xi'an but need to go to Xi'an to sit the examination were told to go to Xi'an 14 days early to finish a quarantine first. And some local students couldn't leave their homes to go to the examination, and nobody cares what would happen to them if they couldn't attend the exams. Some students gave up the exams altogether. So this picture shows students lining up to enter the examination site as early as 7 a.m. on December 25th. It was said that the authorities had organized 5,000 taxis for the students, so that is one taxi for every 27 students. I guess under the current circumstance, they won't put more than one student in one taxi. So it could need many hours for one taxi to transport all the 27 students to the exam site. I haven't found any report about how they coped with this. So this picture and this one show how the exam was done for those who had tested positive. Even the China News Weekly published in China on December 22nd said, with nearly 2 years of experience in dealing with the pandemic nationwide, it is disappointing that a provincial capital city of 13 million people performed so poorly under the pressure of emergency response. Now let's watch another short clip. So this clip was shot on December 24th in Xi'an, showing a medical staff member collapsing and lying on the ground, yet no one dared to approach to help him or her. Let's watch another video which shows the entrance of a unit of a very high building locked with a big iron chain. Now let's watch another one showing even people's windows are sealed and people are not even allowed to open their windows. Now let's see how people get their vegetables. The next video shows that police started arresting people who dare to leave their homes. The last video I'll play today shows health workers doing testing for people who have a red health code and are quarantined at a hotel. So this is part of the situation in Xi'an now after the CCP bragged for 2 years about their huge success. More and more people are saying that the CCP's barbaric zero-tolerance policy will backfire on China's economy and accelerate its collapse. Do you agree? Well, that's all for today. Please don't forget to subscribe to and share my new channel. Please also consider signing up and making a donation at my website at jenniferzengblog.com so that I can ignore big tech suppression and focus more on telling the truth. Thank you. See you soon.